guys, welcome and welcome back to the channel. My name is Sierra, where I like to talk about books and stuff. Anyway, this video is like my last video where I talked about like what I think was wrong with the book community. I did a whole post of this on Substack, so this is like the shortened version, video version. So if you don't have a Substack, if you don't feel like making a Substack, you can still consume what I write there on here. That's what I'm trying to do, trying to like balance it out. So like if you don't want to do a Substack, if you're like, I don't even know what that is, I don't feel like signing up for nothing else, you can at least get some information on what I write on the specific piece, and we can discuss over here too as well. So everybody gets a little, a little taste of what I do everywhere on the internet. So this one is actually going to be about the Malcolm X speeches book that I read. Specifically, some lines that came up for me that led to this huge revelation and discussion that took me quite a bit of time to like process, because it's a very heavy opinion I have, but I also think it's just very factual too. In my opinion, my opinion is a fact. It's a fact that is not talked about. It's not widely talked about at all, but it's very apparent in the Black space. So let's dive into my post. And the thing is, there were two lines that actually came up and stood out to me the most in the book. There were a lot of things I really like highlighted, and I made a mess of that book, okay? That thing is marked up, okay? But there are two things that stood out to me. The first one is, and I quote, this is exactly from the book: "We did not realize in hating Africa and the Africans we were hating ourselves. You cannot hate the roots of the tree and not hate the tree itself." Also, another one, ironically, Malcolm X discovered he was human among brown and Black men in Africa. And that's what really clicked for me, is this immediate thought we have was just like, we have been grieving for centuries as Black people, as Black and African American people, as Black people in general, because we're all together. We have been grieving for centuries. And this is a long-awaited statement, at least to me. This is how I feel. And so I broke this down actually in the stages of grief and how I tied each aspect of it to us grieving and this century-long, lifelong disaster that has been being Black on this fucking earth. So let's dive into it. So the first one I have is denial. So let me get comfortable for y'all, okay? Because this is gonna be heavy. Some people may cry. I might cry, because when I tell you this piece is very strong and dear to my heart, I swear for God, it is. So this one, for the first one, I think that what we struggle with is what America prides itself on, and that's white supremacy. We have spent centuries trying to bend ourselves into an ideal that was never meant for us, because we could never be like them, and not because we are inferior, because we are out the fucking blueprint, period. But because white supremacy and white culture wants us to deny ourselves in pursuit of what is impossible to become. We see it in media all the time, and how most of us contorted ourselves into different aspects to be more palpable to white people. And so this is where I use the example of the movie Good Hair. If you're not familiar, the movie Good Hair came out, Jesus Christ, when did this movie come out? This movie came out a long time ago. This was with Chris Rock. And it's really just talking about Black people's relationship with their hair and what's considered good hair. And what's considered good hair is loose curls, straight, the complete opposite of my hair, okay? It's easy hair. It's manageable hair. It's having straight hair that you can brush, you can flat iron, you can curl it. It's easy to manage. It's not that nappy shit on top of your head. That's what our community struggles with when it comes to what part of our image is. We're contorting our own hair and how it grows on our head into something that is not supposed to be. We can do a lot of things with our hair, and I'm not knocking that. We do a lot of amazing things with our hair. Our hair is fucking amazing. We can put it in different styles. We can straighten it. We can do whatever. But the thing is when you start to damage your hair, Like, if you constantly wear wigs, you're ruining your crown line. You're ruining your hair. Your hair is not able to grow in properly because you're not giving it a break to grow. If you don't know how to take care of your hair, like me, I grew up in a house where my nana did my hair majority of the time, so I never learned how to take care of my hair. My mom didn't know how to do hair. She got locks when I was like 10 years old, and she's had locks my entire life. I'm 30 now. She's had locks for 30 years. She didn't know how to do hair, so she got her hair locked. And it's like all the way down here. It's beautiful. I love it. I mean, that's, in my opinion, I believe locks are like a beautiful natural way that we have our hair. We have our hair anyway. But like, I never learned how to do my hair. My mom didn't know how to do hair. And then when my grandma passed away, I never learned how to do my damn hair because the lady was gone. Like, so I've been struggling since college how to take care of my hair. I graduated in 2018. That's been 12 years. I still don't know what the hell I'm doing. Even my aunt, we both talk about this all the time. It's like how we struggle to take care of our own hair. We're still learning on like what shampoos work. Like, do we need to do deep conditioning, protein treatment? Like, I'm slowly learning after having a really good experience with the hairstylist that she still goes to. I couldn't afford to go back because, you know, I needed the damn job and my money was like tight as hell. And I couldn't afford to go anymore. But just from the experience of going to her and then not going to her and how my hair is now, I'm covering it up because I just don't want to right now. And that's not to say like, I hate my hair, but I just don't want to. And also I've been filming this entire day, but also my head is like hot as hell, okay? It's a mess up here. Shit, let's just take it off. My hair needs to breathe anyway. But like, how my hair is now is completely different from how it used to be when I went to her. Like, my hair was flourishing and now it's a mess. To be honest, it's a mess. Like, had to clear up some space. Anyway, like I was saying, we always struggle with taking care of our hair and finding the right products. So we're always contorting our hair. We're trying to figure it out. And so it leaves us in a state of denial when we contort ourselves too much into something that we're not. So that's ultimately where I'm getting at with this aspect of denial in our grieving process. And it also leads into another documentary that I absolutely loved, and that is Dark Girls. This documentary came out in 2011, and it really dives into other aspects of what it's like to be a dark-skinned girl. We have a lot of dark-skinned women talking about their experiences in the documentary, and this emphasis on skin bleaching, how everyone's family member was trying to get them to skin bleach because they said their skin was too dark. And that's when there's also an aspect of denial from the family members because you're commenting on someone else's skin tone. And it's like, you're too dark. Aren't you dark? Like, are we getting confused on where this is coming from? It's a lot of self-hate. It's a lot of denial of the fact that you are a black person and you're trying to contort yourself into something that you are not by skin bleaching and altering your skin to be lighter than what it actually is. You got melanin, baby. It's not a problem. Moving on to the next aspect of our grieving process is anger. And I feel like this takes on a different form and becomes less about being angry towards white supremacy, but anger towards ourselves for not fitting in. No matter how much we straighten our hair, bleach our skin, code switch, we never actually fit. I think this is more the case for Black Americans because who we naturally are versus what we are conditioned to believe is acceptable and what isn't. And so it's really that juxtaposition and just like how a lot of times a lot of us Black Americans do certain hairstyles or even just like do like, you know, just try to fit in an attempt to fit in school. So like there's like the emo goth kids. So Black kids will do like the emo goth face and they'll be like, you're not a real goth, like you don't have the natural hair for it, or like, oh, you're not goth enough. Or if you're like a cheerleader, you straighten your hair, you curl your hair, and still you're not seen as enough because you're Black. So it's the anger that we feel inside for not being able to fit in no matter what we do because we always stand out regardless. And people will point that out more than anything. As much as you assimilate, it doesn't matter because they're going to point out the fact that you are not enough and you never will be enough because you're Black. But there's the other side of this anger, which can also be linked to embarrassment, I think. And by this, I mean like the depiction of Africa. Like we were fed that Africa is poor, decrepit. Kids are starving all the damn time. It's a poor country. Like, you know, The damn UNICEF commercials don't fucking help every 10 seconds. Like, we are fed that Africa is this poor place that we come from, that we descend from. They're poor, you know. Oh my God, they're lowly. When Africa is wealthy as fuck. Like, watch a Nigerian drama. Like, just not even like Nigerian drama. Just look at the photos of people in Africa. They have some massive ass homes. That's where a lot of wealth is. No wonder people keep going to Africa to steal shit, because we have everything there. Like, there's wealth there, but they depict Africa as being so poor and lowly that we disassociate from our home place. And if we're seen as connected to that, we're like, no, I'm not broke. I'm not poor like them. Yeah. So then for Black Americans, we internalize this, and that we should be grateful that slavery even happened. That's what they want us to think, that we were saved from a life of despair by the white man, when in reality, they caused the whole fucking mess in the first place. Just saying. So this negative association with Africa is heightened as Black Americans met Africans that came over later, or if a Black American carried African-like features, like really strong noses, you know, thicker lips. They were called a lot of derogatory names. African booty scratcher, monkey, all the nicknames that perpetuate our own people as other, just because some people were very apparent, just because some people believe it was very apparent that they were African versus adapting to Eurocentric standards. So we point it out and we make it seem like it's a problem when it's not. It's natural. But this also solidifies another otherness in the comments about skin tone. Someone is too dark. So, oh, they blue black. They really dark. They light bright. That type of thing. So we distinguish each other on a spectrum of blackness, and it quickly turns ugly. Like it just goes south immediately. We just don't need to go that far. But then there's the other side of this anger and embarrassment, which is from the African perspective of Black American culture, which is what is curated through this display of media. Like, Black Americans are seen as ghetto, hood. They ain't got no culture. They have no, like, any type of anything. Like, they don't have anything. There's every negative association with the Black American that Africans are getting about us. And they do that shit on purpose because they want us to not like each other. Also, I need to go close this blind in a second. But that's literally what they do. So therefore, to the rest of the world, we are bad people. We are the problem. Therefore, the Africans distance themselves from us and also deem us as part of the problem, when in reality, everything stems from the lens of white supremacy. That's what it is. So we're put into this bubble to believe certain things about ourselves, all to fit the narrative of the person and the people who created it in the first place. That's literally what all of this is. That's what all of this is. Jesus Christ. I need to go close this blind. I'll be right back, y'all. And going more into my point, this is just becoming heavy prevalent with how media continues to display Black Americans in reality TV shows, movies in general, and also the rise of AI. AI depicts Black people as terrible beings. Like, there's AI of Black people eating chicken. Like, when I tell you that all of this is literally on purpose to demonize us, it's really freaking insane. It's literally truly insane how far they'll go to make us look like we're the bad people and how much of a joke we are. That's how this will continue on till they have fucking holograms. It will never stop. Like, this is what's going to continue on. And when it's also seen on social media how we communicate with each other through, like, degrading each other in various ways, which is why fucking Zeus Network is fucking popular, because people actually eat that shit up. They see us arguing and fighting and doing all of this stupid stuff, so they eat it up because it depicts Black people in the way that they want to be, that equates to what they believe that Black people are associated with. And the thing is, we eat it up. Like, going into, like, the TikTok mess with, like, Brene Tim affair and the ex-wife. We eat that kind of mess up. We eat it up. We take it in. We dissect it, and we talk about it so much. And it's just more and more depiction of us just being just a mess. Now, moving on to an aspect another aspect of the grieving process, and this is like a different aspect of it, and that's fear. Black Americans have lived in fear for so long that we were labeled as such. That fear stems to our African heritage. Our ancestors are thrown onto ships, off of ships, lost souls at the bottom of the oceans, all lived in fear up to their very final moments. We have lived in constant fear, which has amplified and overworked our amygdala and hippocampus that is ingrained in us psychologically in our nervous system. It's told us to live in fear all the time. We're always living in fear. We are not allowed to breathe. We're very hypervigilant, which is why a lot of the times, if you haven't noticed, or if you don't know, if you haven't done any research, or aren't familiar, a lot of the times black people in black communities, especially like in the south side of whatever neighborhood you live in, where a lot of black people live, a lot of the people who experience a lot of crime or anything in that area have a lot of PTSD. There's a lot of mental illness with that, because our body has become so hyper vigilant and running on fumes that everything is amplified. There's a lot of anxiety, PTSD, mental disorders. There's a lot going on in our bodies because our bodies are adjusted to this fear all the time. And that's literally why it comes out in such negative ways, because we just need some fucking help. Like, damn. Like, we just need help. But yet we're demonized and told like our communities are ghetto and we're violent, when in reality, we're hyper vigilant. It's a reaction to what we've experienced before. It's a reaction to through our ancestry, through our DNA. Hell, even kids are even being born with HIV because their parents had HIV. Like, it's ingrained in us, and our bodies are reacting to that in a negative way. So it's just, the fear just continues on. It's not done. It's never done. It just carries from generation to generation a different version of fear. Fear of losing your house or losing your kids to slavery, your kids being shipped off. We move to fear of like losing your kid to the streets, fear of losing your husband to the streets, or them getting arrested for something stupid and ending up in prison, which leads a lot of black women leading to be the head of households and having a lot of fear about stability and financial stability. Like, that, all of this is just fear. It's fear-based. It's so much fear, and it just passes down and passes down, and we're all sick. We're all literally sick. Our bodies are exhausted. We're tired. It's frustrating. It's exhausting. It truly is exhausting. And then this leads to another aspect of fear, but in Africa, they also experience fear, and it's from how other countries infiltrated their land. Nobody leaves fucking Africa alone. Always something. Like, if you have ever heard about the Rwandan genocide, then you know what it is. German people came over to Africa and started some mess between the Hutu and the Tutsis, pitting them against each other, which led to a massive genocide of a whole bunch of people in Africa. For what? Because they were probably bored. Like, there's so much fear that it's literally running in our veins. It's in our blood. It's so much fear. And just the impact that Europeans have had on Africa have led to our people living in fear just consistently. And we still live in fear, and we're fighting it, and you can't escape it because it's always there. It's there, and it's hard to get that fear out of you. And this is what leads into my other discussion about black women and black whimsy, and just black whimsy in general, allowing black people to just be free and be human and relax. And society hates it when black people just be chill. They hate it because they want us in fear. They want us to be on edge 24/7. They want us to die in that fear. That's what they want. And it's exhausting. It's truly exhausting. Now let's lead into another aspect, which is bargaining. This is where things to me get messy. This is from like the random cookout invites, applauding people for their basic ass respect, which is really tiring. And I'm tired of it. Everybody's tired of it, but yet we still do it. there's still people who do it. And it's hyping up white people for rapping well, or calling non-black people black. Like, I love Beauty Shop. I love that movie. But when Miss Josephine, played by Alfre Woodard, tells Lynn, played by Alicia Silverstone, that when she talks about, oh, let's talk about interracial love, she's like, you know you black. It's comments like that, because they're not black, they're white. We just keep adding people into our world that we claim as black, we claim them as black, but they're far from it. Because we're such kind people. We want to create culture and community. But a lot of the times we need to keep these bitches far away from us. I'm not saying everyone. I'm not saying invite everybody to cookout either. You can connect with people of other races and ethnicities, you can. But don't bring them into our space in a way that is disrespectful to us as people. That's where I draw the line. And we do it all the time. It's kind of like if you give a mouse a cookie. They're going to take until they take everything from you and then turn around, become you, or at least to an aspect of you, which is what a lot of people do in the music industry. And as soon as it's not making them enough money anymore, they switch back to being white. They make the money, they rack up as much as possible, then they switch. They get just black enough and they want to switch up. It happens with a lot of artists. I don't even have to name them. You can probably think of one right now on your own. That fast. It's truly insane how fast it happens. But also, there's also the other aspect of it through idols of other ethnicities and other cultures, like Korean artists. And this is just like them having like interactions with black fans, and people will like snippet certain things and being like, ooh, yeah, he liked them chocolate, like certain things like that. Like, it could be funny, but it's just like, we gotta know that that's part of the problem too. Like, we gotta acknowledge that. Like, we don't need to be doing that. Please, let's stop, please. But I can't say personally how Africans experience bargaining, because I don't know what it's like to be on the other side. But I feel like it's just how we bring people into our other cultures for them to only steal, murder, and hurt us. We are so welcoming that it's to our detriment, when we need to leave these people far away from us. Or at least put up boundaries. At least have boundaries. I feel like that's what we need to do better on, is having boundaries. Hell, like in Black Panther, nobody knows about where they live. They don't know nothing about it. They don't know nothing about Wakanda, because Wakanda kept up their boundaries. They say nobody infiltrates this space. Everything we got, cool. This is ours. We don't need to do all that. I could still like you. We could be cool and stuff, but what you're not about to do is come up in my space and take my shit. I'm not about to introduce you to our resources. That's not gonna happen. You lost your mind. How about you figure out your own resources? It's having those boundaries. It's having that aspect of respect. Respect on both sides. I can like you, you can appreciate your thing, I can do mine, and we stay it like that. And when you start coming over here and reach your hand over my side, that's when your hand get cut off. Because now you're being disrespectful. And I feel like another aspect of bargaining is when a non-black person adopts a child from Africa. Like, the parent has hope that the child that they give up will have a better life. And the thing is, it's not guaranteed. And a lot of the times, these children are adopted by white people. And this doesn't apply to all, but there's a lot of experiences where a lot of these African kids, these black kids, are being adopted into white families that are treated harshly. The Blind Side. There was a video I just watched as I'm filming this. I'm filming this like on a Sunday, so you're probably gonna get this video like probably not till like September or whatever, however I set it up. But literally, there was a video of a white mom holding her daughter, and she's like inappropriately touching her chest, and her arm keeps coming up, like up to the daughter's neck area, and the daughter keeps trying to pull her arm down. It's shit like that that's gonna get a child unalived. No, they don't need to be adopting us. They don't. No. That's when things get messy. That's when things would get messy and complicated, and I fear for kids' lives because people are able to adopt kids and they put them in harm's way. Or they do them harm. Not put them in harm's way, they do them harm. And that's when things just... But also it's just a sense of culture too. You don't know that child's culture. And if you don't teach yourself, if you don't learn how to take care of that child to the extent that they deserve to be cared for, you're doing them a disservice. You don't know how to do their hair, so they're walking around with their hair undone. You're doing X, Y, and Z. You're not teaching them how to present themselves. You're not teaching them about their culture. So when they go out in the real world, people look at them, they're like, well, oh no, I was raised by a white woman. Of course, which is how we get the difference between a biracial person and a biracial. If you don't know, I'm not gonna teach you. If you know, you know. And that's where we get a lot of issues. And the thing is too, is that when the children doesn't know when they fit into society, it leads them to a lot of identity issues like self-worth, self-esteem, a whole bunch of issues, which leads us into a whole nother mess of bargaining with their souls and becoming coons. Like there's just so many issues with this. It's just not fun. It's not fun at all. So then this leads into the last one, which is acceptance. And that is just the fact that Black Americans, we've reached a point where we say fuck it and fuck you. Because we're going to love ourselves, we're going to love our culture, we're going to embrace our culture, we're going to learn about our culture, learn about our people. Because essentially this entire time, because I'm going to fucking cry, we have been grieving. And that, I feel like that's where the issue boils down to between Black Americans and Africans. There's so many centuries, so many bloodlines of cousins, sisters, mothers, fathers gone and lost because of all this bullshit. All of it is gone, and we're being altered into believing one side is worse than the other. We're pitted against each other, and really what it is we just fucking miss each other. Damn it, okay? Centuries of losing. We lost centuries, we lost decades, we lost generations of our own people, and it's truly just exhausting to be a Black person in America. Like, it's truly exhausting. Like, and that's where a lot of our issues lie, is that we don't sit and talk to each other and try to bridge the centuries of loss that we've had. And that's why I love it to just see us connecting with our roots, connecting with our people, embracing our culture, embracing our African music, and knowing that everything that literally that is in society comes from us. And everything that we consume, if you listen to like pop music, if you listen to rock, if you listen to metal, even if people try to tell you you're being whitewashed, or you're trying to appeal to the white people, it all comes from Black people. It all comes from us. So no matter what you do, no matter what you listen to, you're embracing parts of yourself, and I love it. Okay, my God. And that's why I have never heard of Monoleo. I don't listen to rap because sometimes I just don't connect with the music, and that's me personally. But I'm gonna definitely connect with it. If a song is what I connect to, I'm gonna listen to it. Like, if my spirit aligns with it, I'm a bop to it. And so when she comes up with Sexy Sulan, I was like, ooh, yes, okay? Like, it's just us loving ourselves, loving our culture, loving our people, and saying, I see you, you see me. And no matter how much has been lost throughout all of these centuries of us being apart, we see each other and we love each other. That's all I'm really just trying to say with this post and with reading Malcolm X's speeches. It's just a lot of different things came up for me, and that's like a huge aspect of it. It's just trying to bridge that long ass gap. It's like literally like as big as the freaking ocean. It's kind of ridiculous how big it is. And I feel like we're tired of it. We're tired of being separated. We're tired of the mess. We're tired of the separation. We're tired of being depicted in certain ways. So we're just like, you know what? I know my people, and I know my people, and I love my people. And I love to see that for us, connecting with each other, and sharing our culture with each other, because there are parts of our culture that we have lost greatly. Like, a lot of us don't even celebrate fucking Kwanzaa. My family never celebrated Kwanzaa. And do I see myself ever celebrating Kwanzaa? I don't know, but do I want to learn it? Absolutely. I'm nosy as hell. I did Ancestry DNA, even though they say that don't do Ancestry DNA. They say try to do something else, but I did the best I could, okay? My shit was free. Okay? It was free, and I did it. And with learning my ancestry, learning where my DNA comes from, I am literally like 94% black, okay? Okay, I swear I can't even get a last shot, but I'm gonna go ahead and read this comment from Sade Johnson over on my Substack, and her comment says that you didn't disappoint. Malcolm X says the future belongs to those who prepare for it today. We need therapy for mind, somatic therapy for body, go within for spiritual healing, and read. They can steal our books, bury and relabel our artifacts, hide our history in books, but it is up to us. Our heritage is within us and can be searched for. We are a people who feels, and when we are insecure, angry, and in fear, we are destabilizing our inner wisdom and compass to navigate this life. Very, very true. That's all I have for this video. I had to do like a voiceover for this last part because I can't seem to have any data for anything. And I swear I forgot. I don't feel like propping up my phone anymore. But that's all I have for this video. If you like this video, be sure to like it. Comment below if you have ever felt this way or if this sparks any revelation for you. And love you guys. Catch you on the flippity flop. And until next time, stay magical. Bye. Mwah.